I'm here. Hey. Okay, couple warm-ups, then I'll do runs and see how it goes. No negativity at all today. No negative thoughts, no negative comments about the game. Well, thoughts, I don't know. I can't promise that because I can't even promise you I'm thinking negatively about something. Because I can just easily lie. But I'll do attempts of Metroid Dread and I hope I can get some good runs going. If not, then that's fine. What are these splits? That's much better. Wrong button. Okay, press down later. I'm not pressing down at all. There you go. Gonna try something really weird with my left index finger. I actually noticed something that might work, but I don't think it will work. Never mind, I can't do it because my thumb knows I need to press down, not my index finger. I was gonna slide my index finger from L button to down, but how do I do that fast? Don't think I can. Maybe I can, but I probably think it would be better I don't do that. I just need to not do that fast. I don't have to do that fast. Oops. Okay, quickly some practice for this file that has what is it called? Bomuhescu. Not sure how many of you were watching yesterday Metro Prime Randomizer, but I had a lot of fun playing it. I wanna play it again. I actually wanna get like a video out of that too. We'll make a great video. Good video. Those settings I played too. I got to play it hard against. I got to fight against Dardus, so kinda wanna have that setting on. Yeah, I'll be good with that. I have the muscle memory. It's never gone. Right. See, we get a run going.
So I have this the huge one.
For some reason I stopped there by using a free aim. Not sure why. So strange. Afternoon Noodle, what's up? Usually I will reset if I got over 2 minutes 20 seconds phantom clock, but I'll just continue. Because why not? I can feel my hands are not that formed up for Metro Thread running.
Uploading data.
It's a little cold here now. Well, not like cold in my room, but cold in Finland, let's say. Man, I really wanna play Metro Thread Randomizer, but setting up that takes just freaking eternity. And I don't have the tools for that right now. I can say that what it needs. It needs a soft modded switch. You can play it in an emulator, but the ROM requires some tricky things to do to get it. Okay, second try, I'll take it. I remember when this game was released, Kotaku made an article about this game. How to play it on an emulator. That was just such a terrible article to make. Like, think about it. Making an article about modding a Switch maybe, or how to play it on an emulator. Just a very long wait. After a long wait, you get a game like this. Have an article made how to play it on an emulator. Like, just buy the game and play it on a Switch, honestly. Okay. I need to remind myself to submit runs to win runs. An event in Finland later in a couple months. I really don't like when I'm jumping nearby a wall, then it doesn't grab the ledge. Like the jump wasn't high enough to reach it. And that happens, and I'm nearby an edge, I might be able to wall jump. And I don't know about these kind of edges that I just grabbed there, like an actual walls with edges too. Or like how can I say it? It has a wall part in it, but it also has a ledge. If that makes sense. What I just explained. Good. I think it's ±0 though. I can't remember how long it takes to kill Emmy all the way to split timing. It's like 20 seconds. Oh, I'm barely ahead, actually. No, I didn't want that. Okay, I'm behind. But the run is still alive. A little low health, but it's fine. Alright, talking to Adam for the last time
Uploading data.
during this run.
CBRI sign there of no.
It's actually bad. I don't know was it gonna kill me, but I had to be sure about it by just killing it first. 42 HP sounds like it was gonna kill me. No. Dude. Yep. I'll save a good amount of time if Emi is nice. Nah, it's not nice. I've noticed that there's like just 3 spots only where it can spawn at. There might be more, but 3 spots for that. For that spot where I'm coming from. It can spawn really far, or it can come through a door that I'm coming from, like really close by. Or it can be on that spot. It is RNG. There might be some ways to manipulate that, but I have no idea. Is it actually a thing? I'll take a damage boost like that. Adam save skip was first try, I like that. I had to mute there for a second. I think after this run I'll take like a small break, I'll eat. Watch a YouTube video. And we'll do more runs. Or I might do one more run. Well, it depends how is attempt goes. Will I restart or not? Okay, if I was right, it deals about 40 damage. I can barely avoid that enemy without having to do a pseudo wave shot screw attack, but it's really tight. Might as well just have that pseudo screw attack ready. Not sure how many of you are playing Pokemon. I heard about its performance issues and such. And if you leave the game on, it'll just run out of RAM and the textures will just disappear in the world. I saw some tweets about it. Someone left the game on for a couple days and textures were just gone or something. Hey, it's rude. So how much time we save in this split? I mean me. How much time I will save? Hey. Didn't work how I wanted it to work. It's fine. Gold split. I'll take it by less than 2 seconds. Would have been a little faster too, but it shows that we can get even better there. Like I didn't get the pseudo wave shot through the wall after Adam's save skip to hit the switch and make the spider magnets to move around and get the lava out of the way. I'm not standing on it. No, I am. Hands are feeling kind of shaky. They're not like shaking, I'm not stressing them out, or just feel like a mix of a cold and shakiness, if that makes sense. I can't explain it any better. Nice. I think taking a couple days off from speedrunning this game also helped me to get some stamina back for my mashing hand. Not bad. back foot was standing on the on the warp portal. I'm not too sure, is that faster or should I feel that might be faster. Slightly faster. But there's faster method too. But I don't wanna do that. I think I will easily fail that. Gold split. I'll take it. By how much? 0.2 second. This is actually the worst run of the day. I didn't restart at all. Nice. Feels good, man. Once I get sub 1 hour for this game, I wanna switch to all bosses, which I will run it for a while when I get like a nice time for myself. And from sub 1 hour, I actually wanna make a video explaining how this speedrun is done and how I beat this game in less than 1 hour. I think it will make a good video. That's unfortunate. Just move away. Oh my. What a Giga Chat move. Like an actual Giga Chat move. Let's go. The run is alive. No! Hit it just twice or something. If I break it, I can just slide and then morph. Then got through that. Because now I will have a little slower movement. Actually, no. That was good. You were throwing while you were having me in a background, but it sounded like you got grabbed by an enemy and then ads came on. No, I didn't get grabbed by an enemy. I got caught by Emmy's vision. Then I had to parry it. And I got away. I still saved time, actually. But that moment you got an ad is kind of funny. You would have thought that the run is just over when the ad runs out. But no, the run is alive still. Somehow. Get down. Get down, Mr. President. Did I just press... Ugh, whatever. I wanted to do melee, dash melee, not just stand still. Oh, it saw me. I need to do that a lot earlier. Okay. Well, that was weird. Well, that was not great. Think I will lose time. Failing that underwater bomb jump twice. Not getting the pseudo wave shots. Kind of bad. Bad. Don't think I will be behind, but I'll lose time. No, I think I will already be behind actually. Yeah, I'm gonna be behind. That was way too many mistakes. All my time is just gone. Sub 1 hour is still possible though. I'm barely ahead. Just barely. Yeah, let's watch the cutscene. Oops. I had to morph. But I pressed free aim by accident. No, minus 0.5, turn to plus 0.5. That was perfect, pretty much. I always get stuck in a morph ball. It's kinda weird. First try. Let's go. Oh, I bonked there. Oh, seriously? That was not great. Thanks, Jules. I'll have fun. Oops. How am I doing? Couldn't watch the entire Prime Render yesterday. Yeah, I had fun with it. It was good. I'm doing good. Trying to not get mad at this game. Positive vibes only. All the anger, I'm just building it in my body, and I'll release it later on my own. Just F this game and everything. I'm gonna double check, do I have Pomu HQ, but I believe I have it. Doesn't lose any time for me to check it here. Yeah, I have it. No forex. Punching bag? No, I don't have a punching bag. I don't like boxing. The idea of boxing, having two people in a ring and punching each other's body, dude, that's just no. It's just no. Why? Why that's a thing? Thank you, Sakali, for the raid. How was your stream? I mean, not close enough. That's what I meant to say. Thanks for the good luck, Carly. It was righty. Oh. Very good split. Actually very good. Stream was okay, runs were kinda meh. That sucks. I'm beating that cold again. I can't believe it. Don't think this is sub 1 hour base, but it's close, I think. Not close enough. Again. I have no idea that I lost the skew there. I think I didn't. I don't think I turned around mid-air. I tried to jump. I might be able to tell after I go to this spot. I still have it. Okay. Is Metroid Thread as good as Metroid Fusion? I think it's better. That's my opinion. Bold statement. You know it's an opinion. You don't have to agree or disagree with that. time. How I was not clipped far enough? That's what confuses me. We clip through a wall, we don't build up speed at all. Yeah, I see Maverick. But when I saw that comment, I was just thinking you don't agree with my comment. I think Fusion is a really good game. I don't think it's just for me when I played it, yeah, really good. I don't know, there's just something that I like more in Metroid Dread. Might be just because I like looks better, even though there's nothing wrong with Fusion. I feel like Fusion had something that was missing, like the explanation of who was that person Adam was talking with. We still don't know. Then some other stuff. The atmosphere, I liked it. But the bad things of that... Well, any enemies hit like a truck, but that's not really like a bad thing at all. I just like Dread more. Something about this game is just better for me. And overall, my favorite Metroid game is Metroid Prime, so yeah, hard to compare games like 2D and 3D Metroids. I'm still ahead. Yeah, Gary, it looks really good. It was a gold by 2 seconds, but no, I lost a lot of time because I bailed that wall clip. I don't know, is it nostalgia feeling that some people have for Fusion, that they might like it more than Dread, or they like Fusion a lot more. Anybody like Metroid 2? Or Other M? Or Federation Wars? How about Hunters? Metroid Prime Hunters? That's the one I should play still. Haven't played it. Oh yeah, I misread your question to Maverick. If you're still here, is it as good as Dread Fusion? Yes, I think it is. Metroid Dread is a good game, it's not a bad game at all. They get coped, what's up? Chat, should I play for personal best or just take it easy on my hands? I didn't even call that. What? Interesting. Nah, it's just 12 seconds. I don't think I wanna bother trying to get a new personal best. Like, I can run against these splits. I can still actually run against these splits. It's fine. These are kind of good splits to run against, honestly. I can compare to my latest run. And technically, really, it doesn't matter which run I compare against. It's the final time that matters. I'm not gonna bother. I don't wanna mash. Well, actually... No, screw it. Let's run against these splits. Depending if I can beat Revenpin without dying. You serious? No! I got the cutscene! No! It's dead after this. It's dead after this. Like, I already dealt so much damage. How I did it not... I pressed left. That would have been a gold. I might just wait for 12 seconds just to be sure I don't beat my time. Like, these are fine splits to run against, but I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't matter for me. My call time is sub 1 hour anyway. Just beating my time by a couple seconds, I don't care that much, honestly. I am ready to throw away my runs. Yes, I've already thrown away my run like twice before. Yeah, I'll just throw it away. Everybody's like gonna be like, "Whoa, you're crazy! You're freaking crazy!" I am, because it doesn't matter to me.
So, you drain the ship of its energy.
These are kind of fine splits to run against, but also not too fine. Let's be real. Like I have a cold white beam splits to run against, and called Enter Hanubia. Yeah. But then I lost a minute in wave beam. But hey, I finished the run. No, positive vibes only. Thanks for the GG's. Yep. Like I would have beat my time by like 12 seconds anyway. I don't mind losing this kind of run like that. I threw it away on purpose anyway, so yeah, jokes on me. Hey, new song of best. Improvement at least, so it's fine. I'll let the credits play. I'll actually eat something. We'll watch a YouTube video and I'll do more runs. Alright? Hey, first run of the day, so I'm glad I finished the run after a few days of break. Okay, be right back. I'll let the credits play. Before I go, chat, do me a favor and try to find a Metroid video to watch. Something interesting about Metroid games. Maybe Metroid Prime because it turned 20 years old. Anyway, be right back. Hey. You didn't find anything, chat. Guess I have to do it myself. You didn't find anything, Jules? Yeah, that's fine. How dare you, chat, make me find everything? You had to do the heavy perk. Just kidding. Alright. Boom. Let's see. Metroid Prime. Why Metroid Prime still rocks after 20 years later? Yeah, I'll already checked that. Where is Metroid Prime 4? I wanna check something from Fusion actually. I already watched that too. No, that would have been good. Oh, this is good one. This might be good. Here. This one. I don't think I've seen this actually. Okay, I'm enjoying the mood while watching this.
Eight years since Super Metroid, and gaming had changed. The evolution of 3D graphics, the rise of new hardware manufacturers, the fall of Sega, the ubiquity of the internet, and Metroid missed all of it. Aside from a few cameos, Samus made herself scarce. 8 years is a long time, but on November 17th, 2002, Metroid fans finally saw their franchise resurrected. 2 new Metroid games would be released that day. One was approached with caution at best and blind hatred at worst. After all, how could this unproven team at Retro Studios possibly capture what made Metroid Metroid? Especially with a first-person shooter of all things. It is ironic, then, that the other game, the 2D side-scroller, the one that was developed by the same team who made the previous entry, that game, Metroid Fusion, would be the one that truly shattered the Metroid formula. But both of these titles are prime examples, pun intended, of my failure to engage with this series before I began this project. In Fusion's case, I tried to play it in 07 after I fell in love with Super Metroid. I tried again when it came out for 3DS Ambassadors. I picked it up, started it, and dropped it over and over and over again. And I don't think I ever again when it came out for 3DS Ambassadors.
When was this game released? Hold up. Was this released the same day with Metroid Prime? '17th. It was released the same day with Metroid Prime. People forgot Metroid Fusion, but they remember Metroid Prime. I guess Metroid Prime was a much bigger deal when it came out. Or now, especially.
Started it, and dropped it over and over and over again. And I don't think I ever even made it out of the first section. Until a few months ago, when I casually picked it up and just tore through it in a handful of settings. Remember, this project began when I suddenly found myself invested in Metroid, and the Game Boy Advance games were the catalyst. In Fusion, we learned the catalyst for the creation of this universe's greatest threat. Turns out the Chozo race created the Metroids as the perfect predator of the X-Parasites, transmutational beings that threaten to overwhelm the ecosystem of SR-388. The word Metroid in the Chozo language even translates to Ultimate Warrior. Of course, just like in this universe, that little experiment backfired. But now that Samus has caused the genocide of the Metroid species, the X-Parasites have begun to propagate once again. Following the destruction of Zebes, the Galactic Federation hires Samus to assist in an excavation of SR-388. The story really stresses how much Samus hates this place, and she's gonna end up despising it even more because it's there that she's infected by the X-Parasite. But it must not have seemed like a big deal, because rather than taking any precautions, Samus gets right back to work. The X invades her central nervous system, and she loses consciousness at the most inopportune time. Her iconic gunship explodes in an asteroid field, but a comatose Samus is saved by the auto-eject. Unfortunately, the X has burrowed its way even into her power suit. The surgeons amputate parts of the infected suit, dramatically altering her appearance, but it's not enough. Samus is on the verge of death, until a surgeon proposes injecting her with cells they'd harvested from the last Metroid. Instantly, the infection is cleared, and Samus wakes up. I like this bit of characterization in the intro. One life ended, but I was reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. Samus is not the kind of character to show overt sentimentality. Like the series itself, she tends more towards subtlety. Just how much of a connection, if any, did she feel with the Metroid hatchling? This is as close as we come to an answer, at least for now, and I'd say it's all we need. It was a bold move to so alter the appearance of the series' protagonist. You know how people new to the series often think that this character is named Metroid? Well, it's a little more appropriate now, as not only does she more look the part, her very biology has changed. No sooner does Samus wake up than a distress signal is received from the nearby Biologic Labs research station, which has been running tests on the creatures of SR-388. There was an explosion on board, and despite her state, there's only one bounty hunter the Federation trusts to check it out. Samus claims that the explosion awakes a nameless fear in her heart, showing a vulnerability that she never has before, because without that iconic armor, she is vulnerable. No matter how much energy you get in this game, Samus can never tank hits like she used to, and thanks to her Metroid DNA, she's now incredibly weak to the cold. She looks sleeker and more alien, and I don't like it, but I don't think I'm supposed to. There's something unsettling about seeing her in this state. Getting rid of her gunship is meant to invoke a similar effect. The things you've taken for granted are changing. Nowadays, it'd be a near certainty that after an 8-year hiatus, a series would be rebooted or at least go back to basics. It would have been sensible, maybe even profitable, to just boil Metroid down to its most famous components and make it accessible to that next generation. Instead, Fusion picks right up where Super Metroid left off, acknowledges itself as Metroid 4, and promptly corrupts the franchise's most iconic elements. Say what you will, but it was a bold decision. Even the title screen is distorted. It uses a similar arrangement to the original games, but every time it's about to get to that more heroically introspective melody, it instead hints at something more sinister. The Federation provides Samus with a ship, but due to her condition and the sensitive nature of their research, she'll be following the orders of the onboard AI. The situation reminds her of the only other time she took direct orders, while serving under her former commanding officer, Adam Malkovich. She privately names the AI in his honor. Oh, and just like Super Metroid, there's no way to skip this intro. But here's the difference. Everything Super Metroid needed to communicate after that was done through subtext. In Fusion, there is a buttload of on-screen dialogue and exposition throughout the entire game. This is the most controversial thing about Metroid Fusion, because more than just blowing up Samus' ship or changing her look, the most corrupted thing about it is the Metroid formula itself, the way it seeps down even into the gameplay. Not only is the story dictated to you through dialogue, your progression through the game is as well. It's not uncommon for doors to arbitrarily lock behind you when you're not supposed to go back. The computer will always tell you exactly where to go and what you're looking for. It's highlighted on your map and even reiterated when you load a save. Planet Zebes was an interconnected world, but the BSL station is man-made, laid out in a far more logical and linear fashion. The bulk of the game takes place in 6 simulated breeding environments. Each one begins with a navigation room, a save room, and a recharge room. You'll hit the navigation panel, receive your orders, head into the environment to carry them out, then report back for more orders. The breeding grounds are a way to give the game a sense of place distinct from the previous games in the series, without compromising creativity in varied environments. A game that released around the same time, Super Mario Sunshine, had a distinct theme, but its levels ended up feeling way too similar. Fusion doesn't suffer from that. This is theming done right. The game never lets you forget that the environment is artificial, the same way your progression is artificial, your CO is artificial. Put it this way, Super Metroid has Meridia, the deep sea. Fusion's water section is a fish tank. Samus feels as solid as ever, maybe even more so. She's a little slower, likely a consequence of smaller screen size, and her jump isn't as floaty as it used to be. The Game Boy Advance's lack of buttons forced a remap of her controls, and you now activate missiles and power bombs by holding the R button while firing, and aim diagonally with L. The speed booster, when you get it, kicks in automatically just by running for long enough. And that's one change I don't really like. With no run button, there's no way to tweak Samus's jump trajectory. It's no big deal, especially with the blocky level design, but you know, I'll always prefer more momentum-based gameplay. Other than that though, I actually prefer this control scheme to Super Metroid's. It's a lot more natural to hold R to ult fire, instead of mashing select to cycle through a bunch of options. Samus has lost all of those options thanks to the X-Parasites, but without that bulky armor, she's gained the ability to grab ledges and climb ladders. Her wall jump has been nerfed, and now casts her much further away, meaning she can't scale a single wall. That ability was critical in sequence breaking the previous game. In fact, sequence breaks of any kind are almost entirely absent. In Super Metroid, with enough skill, you could face the bosses in any order you wanted to. Metroid Fusion barely has any of that. You will go where the game tells you to go, and that's that. The reason for this decision comes down to two factors. For one, at its core, Fusion is about the loss of Samus's agency. The linear nature allows it to weave a more complex story. If the team wanted to make Super Metroid 2, they would have. Divorcing it from so much of what people loved about its predecessor was the direction they chose, and they stuck to it. More importantly though, this mission-based structure makes it much better suited for the short bursts of play demanded by a portable game. Restore the atmospheric stabilizers, locate and disable the security doors, find the computer room! I mean, within the first 10 minutes I played, I ran into 3 save points. That's no accident. Telling the player where to go might diminish the exploration, but it ensures that even if you've only got a few minutes to kill, you'll still be able to get something done. But that's not to say that it's totally linear. More often than not, the map shows you where to go, but not necessarily how to get there. In fact, the map now draws in different colors, depending on whether a section is what the navigation room gives you, or something you have to discover on your own.
Until I'm done eating, so like a couple more minutes. Or we can watch the whole video, but it's 27 minutes.
Most of these sectors
So
are a
5
lot
minutes
larger
about.
than they initially seem, so the path from A to B is never as obvious as it looks. But progression still never feels as graceful as it did in Super Metroid. Much more often, I just felt like I was firing in random directions to uncover the way around. Like here, where I was trying to find a way past this thing. I noticed the pipe below and figured maybe I could go around it. I noticed this locked gate and figured that's how I'd make my way back out. But nope, the solution is just to fall down behind it. But part of the difference might be that by the time Super Metroid started throwing out more complicated puzzles, I had the X-ray scope. Fusion doesn't have anything like this, so it's more trial and error than perception. It's never very complicated or challenging, but it's not conveyed well either. I rarely got any of those aha moments. Progress isn't directly linked to power-ups like it used to be, but combing through areas and using those power-ups in creative ways is still rewarding. And while they're not the norm, there are still some really creative solutions. You do still have to use your head to get through the game, but it never lets you feel like you're outsmarting it or breaking it. It seems like a decision that was made very early on, to make Fusion more linear. Then they worked within those restrictions and focused on the positive aspects of linear design. A far more intricate storyline, a much more comprehensive look at Samus's character, and oh yeah, a steep skill curve. The more open you make the world, the more the player will be able to discover the game's secrets and challenges at their own pace. It suits an adventure game. But Metroid has always been action-adventure, and the reason Fusion is controversial is because it puts way more emphasis on action. A linear design means that the progression through the game can be much more designed. If the developer knows exactly what path the player will take, the challenge is progression itself, the obstacles that are in your way, and the skills that you as a player have to sharpen. This is what Fusion does best. Samus cannot tank damage anymore. Enemies hit harder than they ever have, scale their damage as I get more health, and never drop as much as they take away. Coming off of Super, I was constantly flummoxed over how low my energy was even after a few hits. Enemy drones can even respawn and group into more dangerous alterations. That's the nature of the X-Parasites. They infest every environment on the ship and copy the creatures that were living there. But they're not just a mindless virus. They can also absorb the knowledge and memories of their victims. Fortunately, thanks to her Metroid DNA, Samus is immune to their influence, and in fact she can absorb them to restore her energy and weapons. That's a cool in-universe explanation for a very gamey mechanic. The X have a very distinct effect that's really Game Boy Advance-esque. The graphics in general are just fantastic. One standout sequence is when a reactor core is overheating, navigating through all these twisted, melting walkways. It's beautiful pixel-based sprite work combined with unmistakable, if flashy, effects. I think it just adds to the X's significance. Even when they are perfectly mimicking their counterparts, there's just something not quite right about them. The bosses in particular are horrifying amalgamations, representative of Samus's own lost abilities. Their unsettling nature is unique and more importantly in line with the theme, because Metroid Fusion is, at times, a horror game. The idiots at the Federation decided to send Samus's amputated armor to the BSL station, and, well, the X learned to mimic her too. This is the SAX. And look, it can even screw attack and use super missiles. Oh sure, the one time Samus doesn't immediately uninstall her power-ups after a mission, and of course this happens. Even more than the bosses, the SAX represents Samus at the height of her power, and that makes it so much more terrifying than a traditional antagonist. And if you decide to make a mistake and show yourself, it just obliterates you.
Okay, I'm done eating in chat.
Particular praise has to go to the sound design, as the SAX's heavy
Do you want me to do runs, or should we finish this video? It's 15 minutes still left. Might be too long.
footsteps
Just
echo
let me know.
long after it
Do you
goes
want to
off
watch it
screen,
or not?
serving as an indicator of when it might be safe to come out of hiding. About 3/4 of the way in, the mission-based structure of go here, find this is starting to wear a bit thin. The game even highlights this, forcing you to stop and watch as it shows you where a place you've already been is located. But the spotlight is intentional, because Metroid Fusion is about to go off the rails. The SAX disables the station's power, and
I like
the
this
whole
video.
tone shifts. There's an extremely tense sequence where you hear the SAX beneath you, monitoring the area, and you know you're going to have to drop down.
Yeah, let's
and
just finish
engage
it, you know.
Despite how much Samus has recovered by this point, she still can't lay even a scratch on her doppelganger. I didn't notice the first time I played, but the only reason Samus is even able to escape is because the SAX can't hang from ledges. As a player, you were that character. You earned those powers. You know what it felt like, and now it's trying to kill you. It's a dark mirror of what Samus was, put in direct comparison with how powerless she is now. On a more thematic level, the SAX personifies Fusion's twisted corruption of the Metroid formula. It can sequence break with impunity. It takes no orders. It is what Samus has lost. Even once you restore power to the station, things are never quite the same. The computer keeps barking orders, but circumstances continuously force Samus to go off script, reacquiring her most powerful abilities in the process. But these breaches of protocol are without the Federation's authorization, and Adam criticizes Samus for it. This too is intentional. Samus is taking back her agency. Throughout the game, there have been very few instances where I've been allowed to get too far out of bounds. But whenever I did happen to wander a bit, there were times when I could see things I wasn't sure I was supposed to, like the remains of Ridley in cryogenic storage. Later, when the power's knocked out, I saw the X-Parasites harvest those remains. And later still, the X used Samus's greatest rival against her, reborn stronger than ever. The game has done a wonderful job throughout building to things like that, foreshadowing future events. I saw this shadow streak by so many times I started accepting it as part of the detail in this room, only to finally encounter the Nightmare boss hours later. I dare say its approach to build-up is even better than its predecessor. Eventually, I broke into a restricted area and discovered Metroids. Oh, there are even incubation tanks housing their mutations from Metroid 2. The SAX has tracked Samus here, but it's powerless against the Metroids, and Adam is forced to jettison the whole section, bringing an end to the Federation's Metroid breeding program, which, Adam assures us, was only being done for peaceful purposes. Of course. Now that I've played the rest of the series, I appreciate this twist so much more than when I first went through Fusion. There are tons of things I'm noticing that I never picked up on the first time. After all, the game foreshadowed this twist at the very beginning. Why exactly would the Federation need a replica of a Metroid's natural habitat? And making my way back through it, their discarded shells now litter the ground. I've seen this before. It's really impressive how the Metroid series always manages to include elements like this without them coming across as pandering fan service. Not that there's anything wrong with fan service, but these things only happen because the plot demands them. It doesn't feel like anything is being forced or shoehorned in for the sake of nostalgia. But one thing has been bothering me. Considering the X pose such a threat, once all life signs have been snuffed out on the station, why wouldn't the Federation just get Samus out of there and blow it up? Well, here's why. The X reproduce asexually, meaning that the SAX that got jettisoned was not acting alone. By now, there are at least 10 on board the station, and the Federation intends to confine Samus until they can capture the SAX and weaponize them for their own militaristic gain. I love this twist. It's very in line with the shoot first, ask questions later attitude that Samus, that this series stands in opposition to. A military would see an opportunity to harvest and duplicate the lost technology of the galaxy's greatest warrior. But Samus knows better. The soldiers will be killed, the X will steal their knowledge, steal their ships, and wreak turmoil on the galaxy. Her plan, then, is to initiate the station to self-destruct. One problem, though, she's still confined to this room. Samus tries to reason with the AI, finally calling it Adam in exasperation. And it seems to recognize that name? It suddenly takes on the characteristics and mannerisms of Samus's deceased former CEO, and in a great character beat, criticizes her plan to sacrifice herself to kill the X, because, duh, the X would live on the planet's surface. Instead, Adam recommends they detonate the station only after crashing it into the planet, destroying the Metroid homeworld and the X all at once. Presumably overcoming his programming, he lets Samus out of confinement. I'm conflicted on this. On the one hand, it's a poignant moment that grows from character interaction, but I think it would have been more thematically appropriate if Samus's escape had been based more on her agency, on her own restored self-confidence, instead of just accidentally triggering the AI to come up with a better solution. When Samus arrives at the control room, of course, the SAX is waiting. And still the battle is one of attrition. Still I had to be careful and skillful, because this mirror is still better than Samus in raw power. As she puts it, the SAX is me, only heartless. Near the end, facing its own demise, the SAX mutates to an abomination, somewhat similar to what they had done to Ridley. But it must have already expended too much energy because it goes down fast, and I'm okay with that. The mirror match is a much more interesting, dynamic fight. Samus initiates the plan, leading to, of course, the countdown. But when she gets to her ship, she discovers an enormous Metroid shell, and then, boom! An Omega Metroid, their most powerful form. And again, this was set up in advance, as Adam told us that they had found a method to force a Metroid through its development in mere days. It almost kills Samus in a single blow, and then... the SAX shows up. Its ice beam can hurt the Omega, but it's way too weak from the earlier fight. So, perhaps in an act of self-defense, it allows Samus to absorb it, finally restoring her to full power. Even then, this battle is no curb stomp, especially with the impact still looming. In fact, I ran out of time at the last possible moment. But when you do defeat it in time, Samus' ship comes rising up from the background, pulling her out of the station just as it enters the atmosphere and destroys SR-388 once and for all. I like how Samus' suit still isn't back to normal. It merely takes on more
8 more
iconic
minutes,
colors.
chat.
She might
Sorry
be
if
back
this
to
is
full
taking too
power,
long.
but this experience has irrevocably changed our protagonist. The ending from here is honestly kind of hokey. There's a bit about how Samus had no idea that the minds of deceased leaders were uploaded to the Federation systems, and that's why the AI suddenly started acting like Adam Malkovich. That's the kind of thing you can get away with better if you set it up in advance, but here it just feels like a contrived explanation. Also, how exactly did the Omega Metroid escape the restricted zone? Was it just done for the sake of a final boss fight? What isn't hokey though are the motivations of the SAX. I was ready to complain that any sort of good nature had never once been hinted at. It was always a heartless killing machine. But at the point it protects Samus, this intelligence may recognize that its only chance at any kind of survival is, however reluctantly, to give up its agency and merge with Samus.
No. Like, sure, yeah, it's giving up and giving the power to Samus, but SAX is an X parasite. Omega Metroid is a Metroid. So X parasite tries to kill Metroid, the Metroid tries to kill X parasite, right? So it wasn't protecting Samus there, it was fighting against the Metroid because that's what it sees as a bigger threat. Omega Metroid was a bigger threat at Samus at that point, even though Samus is a Metroid with the DNA.
At least that's how the subtext reads to me. The final twist does work, though. Samus' ship
But it
could
can be
only
understood
activated
anyway,
manually,
in
but
any
it
way.
was not done via the magical ethereal ghost of Adam Malkovich. No, it was thanks to the creature Samus saved from Zebes all the way back in Super Metroid, whom she had once again let out of confinement midway through this adventure. You did save the animals back in '94, right? That moment showcases the difference between this game and its predecessor. If I had to describe Fusion in one word, it would be streamlined. Streamlined, with all the benefits and consequences that go along with it. It lacks so much of the polish and detail that its predecessor had. There are no seemingly innocuous choices to make. There's no way to turn off the upgrades once you get them. The little accoutrements that gave Super so much charm are gone. The adventure itself is linear to the point that it treats that design choice as a plot point. But it also fixes a lot of the nitpicks I had with Super Metroid. It allows a second playthrough on the same save file, and on that second playthrough, it shows how many upgrades you have left to find. Rooms transition faster. And more than anything, it ramps up the difficulty more than anything else in this series. Put it this way, I never died a single time in Super Metroid, despite the fact that I hadn't played through it in 9 years. But in Fusion, a game that I beat just 2 months ago, I died more than 20 times! But it never felt cheap, I just wasn't good enough. Most importantly, Metroid Fusion does not try to replicate the success the franchise had in the past. This pre-release material shows that at one time, the game was even more of a break from series traditions. But what Fusion ultimately became is something much more tightly wound to its predecessor. In its plot, in its gameplay, in the protagonist herself, Metroid Fusion is distinct, and it achieves that quality as a corruption of a masterpiece, as a perversion of Super Metroid. In conclusion, this game sucks and you should hate it. The end? Wait, that's not what I wrote.
No, your script was all wrong. I fixed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kovar. He's the guy who proofreads my scripts, and I always appreciate it, but this is the first time you've ever used your powers for personal gain. Does your opinion diverge that heavily from mine?
Metroid Fusion is an insult. Not just to the franchise's roots, not just to the fans, but to game design in general and to
5
me
more minutes.
personally. The previous games put the mechanics first and built the lore around that. The animals you save in Super Metroid, for example, they were there to teach you some moves. Fusion, on the other hand, takes a very story-first approach, and this wreaks all sorts of havoc with the game's design. This is really obvious when grinding X for health. There's a perfectly good in-story reason for using X-Parasite drops instead of the standard health and missile drops from before, but this doesn't actually make the game more fun or more challenging, just more tedious. That would be annoying for a console game, but for a handheld game it's downright inexcusable. But not all gameplay is dictated by the story. Nintendo went back and forth seemingly at random on this one. Some power-ups are gained by defeating bosses and absorbing parasites, but others are downloaded in data rooms. It's inconsistent, and it brings up a whole different set of questions. If the data is stored off-site, why does Samus have to go to specific rooms for specific upgrades? Is the Federation trying to keep Samus too weak to succeed? Did I seriously just download missiles? And super missiles are an upgrade to regular missiles. A digital
Did I
upgrade
just
that
download
changes the physical
missiles?
properties of my ammunition. Yeah, that makes sense. If SAX is supposed to be a mimicry of Samus at her most powerful, why can it do all sorts of things that Samus could never do before? Remember when she was able to completely decimate all of Zebes with super missiles, leaving a trail of debris and collapsed platforms everywhere? And here I thought blowing up that pipe in Meridia with the power bomb was a big deal. There's something really backwards about how the world is laid out. So-called secrets are stored away in the most obvious places. Energy tanks are just lying on the floor waiting to be collected. But critical paths? No, those are hidden without any environmental clues at all to guide the player onto them. Yeah, that's right. Secrets are easier to find than mandatory routes. The constant barrage not only of plot, but of introspection from Samus isn't just a change for the franchise. It's a major change for the character.
You wouldn't
We don't
download a
just see her
super missile,
physically weakened.
right?
We see a distinct lack of stoicism, a sort of emotional weakness that fans hated 8 years later, but
You
totally
didn't
ignored
realize
in this
Fusion got
entry.
so much hate.
After all her near-death experiences, I'd think she'd be used to it by now.
Yeah.
Speaking of plot, I can't make heads or tails of what Adam even is. A guy trapped in a computer? An AI based on him? Does it have Adam's memories? His consciousness? How did the Federation get any of that after he sacrificed himself? I guess we're not supposed to think too hard about this. This game has a serious identity crisis. For every change Nintendo made to the structure, they stuck firmly to choices that were made for the Super Metroid way of doing things. Choices that didn't work nearly as well with these changes. If they were so dead set on stacking save rooms, nav rooms, and recharge rooms together, why on earth didn't they just combine them into one room, Castlevania style? This convention worked with Super Metroid's more open, exploration-based nature, but not here. I spent all my time with Metroid Fusion feeling condescended to, as if the game was treating me like I'm stupid. It pretends to be less linear than it is, and hopes I won't notice the difference. It marks out waypoints on paths that are so linear I would have found them anyway. It uses lore as an excuse for annoying mechanics, but only when it's convenient, assuming I'm not paying enough attention to call it out. And that's ultimately my biggest problem with this game. It's not just a flawed game. It's a flawed game with the audacity to put band-aids over a few of its biggest cracks and say, see, there are no cracks. It's a game that made me feel like my intelligence is being personally attacked. Like I said before, Metroid Fusion is an insult. Not just to the franchise's roots, and not just to the fans, but to game design in general, and to me personally.
Kovar, do you even have a YouTube channel? But okay, I see where he's coming from. My biggest problem with Fusion is how the story never stops interrupting the gameplay. All the tough bosses and action-focused design end up coming into direct conflict with how often the game forces the player to stop and read. Even on that vaunted second playthrough, you still can't skip the cutscenes. I mean, I get that the story was at least half the point of making it linear, and that's fine once. But when you know the player has seen it before, don't make them set through it. Maybe it's just because I'm like a billion years old, but I always preferred how the games of my youth kept the backstory in the manual and elegantly told the rest through gameplay and subtext. But that preference, much like the aspects that kept me away from Metroid for all these years, was set by my childhood experiences. The choices that Fusion makes are intentional, and what it achieves by casting away those elements not only works as a different take on Metroid, not only allows for a deeper story that reveals the character of Samus Aran, it also allows the gameplay to fall way more in line with why I fell in love with video games in the first place. But the team did have one more really good reason to make it linear. Open world adventure games tend to thrive in a 3D environment, and Metroid Fusion had to stand out, because remember, it wasn't the only game coming out on November 17th. But next time, this season will conclude with the final 2D Metroid game, Zero Mission. You can watch it right now on Patreon.
Okay, we're done. The video is done. I hope you enjoyed it. I did like it. Now when I think about it, I might have seen it a while ago. The interesting thing at the end, Metroid Fusion is an insult. Yeah. Yeah, I'm listening. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's an insult. Yes. Yes. I'm listening. Series that has a sci-fi level of splicer questions how consciousness can be transferred. Yep. 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 Alright, more runs. Don't think I'll be doing runs for too long, because I need to actually get ready for Billy Hatcher relay race. I'll be hosting the channel, or raiding the channel that has that race. And, well, I have to practice some levels that I have. I don't wanna suck at them.
So I want that I have this push you there one.
I ran out of missiles.
Uploading data.
So then you can put this in I have the video.
Need some missiles, hey. Hopefully there is some to pick up from the enemies. Give me some missiles. My god. Really? That was annoying to get through. Nice. First try. What? Get up. What? Hello, Heartbelly, what's up? Yeah, I'm back on Uranus for sub 1. What's up, man? After sub 1 hour, I wanna get some good time in all bosses. What's the hardest boss of this game or this run? Raven Bean it will be. I think it will be Raven Bean. It's a really difficult boss for the first time game. Yeah, I say the 1L boss.
Uploading data.
There is no you cannot there.
Alright, let's go. Did people really forget Metroid Fusion is also 20 years old? Can't believe it, man. Well, to be fair, I forgot, but I knew it was released around the same time with Metroid Prime. I guess Metroid Prime was just a much bigger deal when it came out. Transferring from 2D to 3D. Oh my god. Unfortunate. I need to check something quickly. Hold up. When is the Billy Hatcher race coming up? PM CET. 24 hours, okay. Okay, hold up, let me go to the toilet quickly, then I'll do more runs. Just a moment. Hey, I'm back. Hello. Hi. Man, after that randomizer yesterday, I wanna do more of Metroid Prime randomizer. I need to look at Metroid Prime 2 randomizer as well. If I knew 100% speedruns for both games, then it wouldn't be that bad. I'd have to do some randomizers here and there. That was something. And I've said this many times, but the one randomizer I really wanna play is Metroid Dread randomizer. But setting up that is pain in the ass. I don't have a way to set up that right now. Doing actually good with pseudo wave shots today. Oh, I actually got the 1 cycle. Or 2 cycle. Or whatever you wanna call it. That was without locking the head in a down position. You can actually lock Corpus's head to be on a ground level. And then you can just spam missiles to that. That what I just did there was a lot harder. I actually got everything hit there. I don't even know, was that faster? Maybe it was. I could have just slid through that. I don't need missiles right now, but I will need them in a couple rooms ahead.
Uploading data.
Well, I'm ahead a lot. A lot. Less than 10 seconds. But still. Getting that kind of fight without the thing that I just explained about Corpus's head was pretty good. I like how that missile is a really nice tease that, oh, you can get me. Oh, not yet. You don't have morph ball. Gonna fail, I saw it. What? What? I don't know. 2 of those attempts felt like it was gonna work. I'm gonna be behind, most likely. After all that. Well, that sucks. I was 1 away.
Uploading data.
Please hit the hit the eye. Well, I'm behind even more. Not really. I'm still behind, but not by much anymore. I thought I was losing more time. Yeah, I knew I was gonna die. Each fire hit will deal 10 damage. Should I play this game? Ah. We'll see how long I wanna do attempts. Maybe not for too long. Maybe like a max 1 hour. See if I can get enough attempts going. Then I really should practice Billy Hatcher for the relay race that I'm participating. It starts in 3 hours and a half actually. But I wanna have some practice in for that game.
So I want that I dispute their one.
Well, that's something. Wow, wow, wow. Can't do it.
So you might want that I this the shoot there one.
Doing pretty good with those pseudo waves. But then this. Oh. I can't find the angle I need to shoot for. Hello Oddi, thanks for good luck, I'll need it. Don't know, do I wanna do for atoms for too long if I can't get a run going? I'm not spamming there for some reason.
So you might want that I this the shoot there one. I can't do them anymore. I wanna have at least 3 hours long stream, so I should just keep going until it's been 3 hours. Sorry, I'm checking some stuff quickly. I was gonna check something. What was it? What did I have to check? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Let's check it. Yeah, I see. Halfway done with the ad incentive offer for this month. I think the finishing one run today was enough for me. It was my first run of the day too. Very good. Also, hey, Sirara. Sorry, I didn't notice you earlier.
Uploading data.
Oh, oops. Getting ahead of myself. Justin, what's up? Just waking up. I see. Early in the US, I assume. Your cat left from underneath the blanket and the cold woke you up. I see. Cat was keeping you warm. Almost 10 AM, not too early. Yeah, that's still a good time just to wake up. You have a long day ahead. I think it's better to wake up early than late, because then if it's late, it feels like the day is over. A couple times I've woken up at 4 PM my time, and it's just really annoying, depressing to wake up that late, because it feels like the day is just over when it's 4 PM. Nowadays I wake up in between 7 AM to 11 AM. 7 AM to 11 AM. I never wake up after 11 AM anymore. At least I think so. I like it more that way, because then I have a day ahead still. Doesn't feel like the day is over. Very good. Am I in a speed gaming tournament? No, that's no major glitches. No, I'm not in it. I'm not too interested of participating in a tournament because it's just taking so much time off from me. Sure, it will be like just do a run here and there when you have to, but I'm doing content and such streaming, so I don't have that kind of time. And I just wasn't interested.
Uploading data.
If it was unrestricted, which I'm doing right now, then maybe I would have joined. You said no because it was any person instead of Hondo. Yeah, it's a preference then. I would like to join if I just have that much desire and interest, but there is not a single game right now that I really would like to join for tournament and participate, but then I'm always thinking that how much time is it taking away from me that I have to do runs for this game, practice possibly and such. Any person runs, you end up spacing out and grabbing way more items than you need out of habit. Yeah. Yeah, it can happen if you're only used to run one category. Nice. Good shot. I think it was a third try, yeah. Third or fourth try. But it was good. It was really good. My last run I made it here, it was first try, and I called that split 2. But I had a couple other mistakes. I can still beat this gold by like a couple seconds. But that's just a matter of time when it happens. Third try is really good. As long as it doesn't take more than 30 seconds, I think it's fine then. cat came back to take another nap. Nice. But good luck. Have a good rest of the morning. Yeah, good night. Okay. Really chill mood for me today. That's why I'm not talking much. Also, it's Saturday. I had to do that. I'm pretty sure I would have died if I tried to do it there, right next to it. I messed up. But the run is alive. Probably lost just a couple seconds, but it's not a big deal. Better that way than just die from trying to parry. The unparryable. Try to parry the impossible attack.
How did I got that again? Did I really play that well? Wow, nice. Wow, I really did play that really well then. Or I should have started charging that a bit sooner. When I did the dash melee, then I should have charged. Dude. I'm almost dead, so that's why I had to avoid it. Is there a reason I don't get grapple after flash shift? What do you mean? We do get grapple after a speed booster. Or before flash shift. It's slower, that's why. Now after bombs we could do flash shift. Then we get speed booster, then we get grapple beam, and after grapple beam is screw attack. There is no reason to get it before flash shift. It's slower.
Did anyone sub 1 hour yet? Many people have done it already. Yeah, you get screw attack after a grapple. I don't use camera lock for that. I actually use a new glitch called Pomu Haze Q. Basically, I can store a shine spark in place. Yeah, it's fine, stainless. Evening, Dustin, what's up? Got any more questions, Stainless, about the run? I don't know when you have seen the run last time, but the route has changed a lot. We don't get gravity suit, we don't get storm missiles anymore, we don't... yeah, it's crazy. We don't get ice missiles even, or plasma. Plasma skip route has been a thing already. It was a lot harder too, but this route is even faster than that. This one is referred as a storm skip route. There you go, we got it. That was kind of terrible. Yeah, we'll see that, Dustin. One that is most likely never gonna be skipped is Spider Magnet. That's most likely never gonna be skipped. But everything else, maybe. Why 1996? Red blood. Ah, for you. Alright. 34 once again. I don't even remember that Dustin at all. But we have had some floods here happening in Finland because of rain. That's kinda it. Not because of water level raising in the ocean. That was kinda terrible. We were 1 month old when it happened. I was 5 years old and I don't remember that happening. Didn't even know that we had a hurricane like that here in Nordic countries because we're so safe from that. What is that called in English? You know what I mean, Dustin. There's a reason why, chat. There is a reason why there's hurricanes happening in US more ever than in Nordic countries or Europe. It's like, why is it so hot in Africa? It's because of the sun shines on that angle of the earth the most. That's why there's hurricanes in in a Pacific nearby Hawaii. Earthquakes. Japan has I don't know has Japan had hurricanes, but US has had them quite a lot. I don't know its name in English, but I know it's a Finnish name. What I'm trying to refer at. I need to kill that off my way. Wow, that was too close. Yeah, we're very safe from natural disasters. It's really rare to even get an earthquake here, ever. Have you ever witnessed that, Dustin? I don't think you have. Even I haven't. I can't remember having one here in Finland. We've had, but I've not been witnessing it. And it will be really bad for us because our buildings are not made of withstand earthquake. Unlike Japan, they build all of their buildings to withstand earthquakes. Okay, so that's only you've had. Yeah, it's so rare to have anything happening in Europe. That's because of how Earth like those it's moving underneath at the ground. They're not colliding at all in Europe, as far as I know, or that's how I understand. That's why there's a reason why it always happens in the pacifist, US or Japan, nearby those. Intense category 1. Yeah, there's like, isn't there like for hurricanes there's like different scales, like how they're, how horrible, how catastrophic it can be. So the one we've had, that's like nothing. That's like nothing compared to what's happening in US from time to time. There is 1 to 5. Yeah, 5 is the first. The 1 is the weakest of them, but it's not still weak, it's still scary. Yeah. That's how I assume it too. I heard them explaining that this is the 5th scale hurricane or something like that in television and so on, news.
We are ahead. And we are not gonna get sub 1 hour with this run anymore. Unless I called every split. Which is possible, but unlikely. Oh yeah, Iceland has a volcano, right? Yeah, I think it has, but it's just really, it's sleeping all the time. It's never active. Volcanoes are strange. They're interesting, but strange. Like, you know, world is crazy. That's what I can say. Oops. Well, there goes the run. I died. Had to fire a grapple just a tiny bit later, and I would have got it. Is there a volcano that is in an ocean? Is there actually a volcano somewhere in a world that's in an ocean? There must be. I'm pretty sure there is one, right? Well, to be fair, volcanoes can create land. So there must be a volcano that is underwater. Then it's creating Earth, like a land, someday, right? Someone who has geography knowledge. Does anyone happen to know this? Although most of the active volcanoes we see on land occur where plates collide, the greatest number of Earth's volcanoes are hidden from view, occurring on the ocean floor along spreading ridges. Yeah, okay. Thought so.
How hot is magma that's coming out of volcano? How hot it is in Celsius? Celsius, please, because I don't know Fahrenheit. Thousands of Celsius? I don't know. Also, I'm ahead. I'm ahead somehow. This run is so weird. We have I have a dead in this run. Oh boy. 700 to 13,000. 1300. Okay, I see. I called it that. How? 3 seconds of new cold. Woo! Nice. $713. That's a lot. Wasn't there a really bad volcano eruption like hundreds of years ago, thousands maybe, in somewhere in Europe? Was it in Italy or something? Pompeii. Don't know much about the history, but that's what I remember learning in class. History is always interesting to me, that stuff like this actually happened in Earth. I actually hit that. No, that's not good. No, well, Dustin, where's Pompeii? Because you can Google right now. Where is Pompeii? It has to be Europe. Italy is my guess, but it might be somewhere else. That's the one volcano I remember from history, and I don't know more. So far off, like very far off. You say how much? It's not in Spain. It's not in Spain. Pompeii is South America. Oh, South America, okay. Dustin is saying Italy. Takaoni is saying South America. So, which one is correct? We need a fact check. South America sounds probably a lot more right to me. Pompeii is in Italy. Okay. Thank you. Dude, I'm gonna get baited so hard until I check it myself. What? Get off that. Pompeii was destroyed because of eruption of Mount Vesuvius, August 24th, 79. CE? Is it before or after? That's before Christus. That's crazy though. Like there's a Pompeii movie too, or about it, and I don't know, some people didn't like it because it's not accurate about it, right? 80 is current era, 80 is after, right? I don't remember which one is which. One is after Christus, one is before Christus. Which one it was? Right after. Right after. 80 is right after, you mean. Then C is before. What is it? What are those short names from anyway? No, before Christ and after death. Oh, after death. Okay. 80 is after. Okay. After death. Yeah, makes sense. Like, I don't know too well these, because these are English ways. 80 stands for Anno Domini. Dude, you're baiting me so hard. Stop! I already... Second base, please. They don't use BC or 80 anymore because of religious contexts. Is there actually a reason they got rid of that? That must be then. CE and 80 are the same. PCE and PC are before Christus. Yeah, I don't know. I know those in Finnish, but in English I don't know which one it was. BC before Christus. Christ before Christ. 80 after death. That's so weird to say it after that, like that. Because AC would make more sense after Christ. After Christ, I don't know. Don't know how they teach that in school nowadays. But when I was taught, that's how they told us. I didn't break that. Okay. Also, I want safety splits as my new personal best. Just a couple second new personal best anyway. I'll do the same thing like I previous run. Just throwing away this run at the end. Alternating current. You're baiting me. You're baiting me. Yeah, AC is that. How about an air conditioner? Ooh. No, seriously. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just barely beat you. Hey, we did it! Almost beat my time. If anyone wonders why I threw away that, I just don't care about a couple second personal bests. I'd rather just get sub 1 hour right away. And I wouldn't wanna run against that kind of start, where I'm always behind. My hand is direct. Okay, I need to catch up on some messages. So yeah, Pompeii. Pompeii. Where the hell... Where is it in the world? Roomalainen kaupunki Italiassa. Okay, yeah, it is actually in Italy. Let's see. If it was here, we talked about it, or some other Twitch, but I don't get it. Yeah. No, I got just paranoid when there were so many information like, it's South America, it's Italy, it is, and this. Like, I feel like chat was baiting me today. It's fine. It's fun. I think I'll be done. I'll have to go do some practicing before the race. If you recover from a horrible start, it feels like you saved a run, whereas if you lose a good run at the end, it feels like you ruined it. Yeah. I just care about getting sub 1 hour first. I do like playing really well at the start and just going ahead of these splits, but these are not easy splits to run against. That's why I kind of threw it away. Well, let's compare the previous run. Where is that? I don't know which one it is. Okay, these are some of best. That's my personal best. It must be this one. Or that's average. I don't know, hold up. Compare against latest run. This is the latest run. I beat it by 0.1 second. And it had a much better start run compared to the start. Flash shift, I lost a lot of time. Enter Hanubi, I lost time. Space jump, I died. That's why I lost a lot of time there. But yeah. What splits did I call? Warrior suit? And wave beam, okay. Yeah, my hand is getting tired. I need to stop running this for today. Okay, skip the credits. This beat my run from today, that clear time. That definitely was like close to sub 1 hour, but still kind of far because I would have had to play really, really well. But yeah, I'll be done for now, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Positive vibes only. I almost, well, did I say hell today? That's positive, right? That's probably the only one bad word I said today. I want you so much to host. I'll be around in whatever Billy Hatcher stream I'll be on, playing the relay race, all levels Billy Hatcher relay race that's happening in a couple hours. Other than that, I'm done. Tomorrow I'll do more runs. Maybe I'll play some Metroid Prime randomizer. We'll see. Here's my socials if you're interested. YouTube channel. I need to add the Watch channel there too. I have a Discord server for everyone to join. Anybody can join it. But yeah, have a good rest of the Saturday, everyone. Bye bye.